Hey there, fellow plant lover. I'm absolutely thrilled you're here with me today because we're about to jump into the exciting adventure of seeds starting together. There's nothing quite like the joy of coaxing a tiny seed to life, watching those first green shoots pop up, and knowing you made it happen. Together, we'll uncover the most common seed starting slip-ups. Even the pros make them. And best of all, I'll show you how to breeze right past them. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's turn those seed-starting dreams into a garden full of life and color. Now, our little seedlings, just like any young ones, need the right nourishment to thrive. Using the wrong type of soil is a common pitfall, but easily avoided. Regular garden soil is a bit too heavy and dense for our delicate seedlings. The key is to choose a seed-starting mix. This mix is lighter, fluffier, and specifically formulated to provide the perfect balance of drainage and moisture retention. I always recommend using a sterile seed starting mix to ensure we're starting with a clean slate. You can find these mixes at your local garden center, or even whip up your own blend with ingredients like peat moss, vermiculite, and perlite. Remember, a good seed starting mix is the foundation for strong, healthy seedlings, so choose wisely. We've got our perfect soil. Now let's talk about planting depth. Seeds come equipped with all the energy they need to reach the surface and greet the sunshine. Burying them too deep is like asking them to run a marathon before they've even learned to walk. The golden rule here is to check your seed packet for specific instructions. As a general guideline, most seeds only need a light covering of soil, often no more than twice their own thickness. Think of it like tucking them into bed with a light blanket, just enough to keep them snug but not suffocated. A gentle press down with your finger ensures good contact with the soil, and they're ready for the next step. Now, water is the lifeblood of any garden, but with seedlings, it's all about finding that delicate balance. Too much, and we risk drowning those fragile roots. Too little, and they'll wilt and wither. A good rule of thumb is to keep the soil consistently moist, but never soggy. I tend to avoid using a watering can in these early stages. Instead, I prefer a gentle misting with a spray bottle. This allows the water to penetrate the soil evenly without disturbing our little seedlings. Check on your seedlings daily, and water them whenever the top inch of soil feels dry to the touch. Ah, sunlight, that life-giving elixir that fuels our gardens. Seedlings crave light and plenty of it to photosynthesize and grow strong. A bright windowsill can be a good option, provided it receives at least 6 hours of direct sunlight each day. But if you don't have ample sunshine, grow lights are a solution. These artificial lights mimic the spectrum of sunlight, providing our seedlings with the energy they need to thrive. Position them a couple of inches above the seedlings and aim for 12 to 16 hours of illumination per day. Just as we appreciate a cozy home, our seedlings thrive in a consistently warm environment. Most seeds have an ideal germination temperature range, generally between 65 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're starting seeds indoors during the colder months, a simple seedling heat mat can work wonders. These mats provide gentle bottom heat, creating the perfect environment for germination. Alternatively, find a consistently warm spot in your home, perhaps atop the refrigerator or near a water heater. Just be sure to avoid placing them near drafty windows or heat vents. Picture this: you're at a party, crammed into a corner, jostling for space and fresh air. When seedlings are packed too closely together, they begin to compete for resources, light, nutrients, and even root space. This competition can stunt their growth, leading to weak, leggy seedlings that are more susceptible to disease. Thinning allows the remaining seedlings to flourish with ample space to stretch their roots and soak up the sunshine. When thinning, use a pair of sharp, clean scissors to snip off the weaker seedlings at the soil level. Leave the strongest ones to thrive. Many seeds, especially those of tropical origin, crave humidity. One of the simplest ways to boost humidity is by creating a mini greenhouse effect using a humidity dome. These clear plastic covers fit snugly over seed trays, trapping moisture and heat. However, be mindful of ventilation to prevent the buildup of mold and mildew. Crack open the humidity dome every day or two to allow for some air circulation. Alternatively, you can create a humid environment by grouping your seedlings together, placing them on a tray filled with pebbles and water. Mislabeling seedlings is a cardinal sin in the gardening world. As your seed-starting endeavors expand, it's all too easy to lose track of what's what. Label each seed tray or pot with the plant variety and the date you sowed the seeds. You can use plant markers, popsicle sticks, or even repurpose plastic cutlery. Just be sure to use a waterproof marker so the label doesn't fade over time. Trust me, it will save you a world of confusion down the line. Now, in the garden, as in life, timing is everything. Starting seeds too early can be just as detrimental as starting them too late. Starting too early, especially when the days are still short and the light is weak, can result in leggy, spindly seedlings. Consult a seed starting calendar for specific sowing dates for your region and chosen varieties. Resist the urge to start your seeds too early, and they'll reward you with strong, healthy growth when the time is right. Patience is a virtue, my friends. Good air circulation is crucial for the health and vitality of seedlings. Stagnant air can create the perfect breeding ground for fungal diseases like damping off. A small fan placed near your seedlings can work wonders, creating a gentle breeze. Alternatively, simply opening a window for a few hours each day can drastically improve air circulation. This reduces the risk of damping off and keeps your seedlings healthy. So you've spent weeks nurturing your seedlings indoors, shielding them from the elements. Before you unleash them into the great outdoors, there's one crucial step: hardening off. Hardening off is the process of gradually acclimating our seedlings to outdoor conditions. Start by placing your seedlings outdoors in a sheltered spot for an hour or two each day. Gradually increase the duration and exposure to sunlight over the course of a week or two. This toughens them up, preparing them for the challenges ahead. Just as a baker relies on fresh ingredients for a delicious cake, we gardeners depend on viable seeds for a bountiful harvest. Using old, outdated seeds is a recipe for disappointment, leading to poor germination rates and weak, unhealthy plants. Seeds, like all living things, have a shelf life. Over time, their viability declines, and their ability to germinate diminishes. Most seed packets come with an expiration date, giving you a good indication of their freshness. It's best to use seeds within a year or two of purchase for optimal germination rates. If you have older seeds, test their viability with a simple germination test. Even in the controlled environment of our homes, pests can sometimes rear their pesky little heads. From aphids to fungus gnats, these unwelcome visitors can quickly wreak havoc. Regularly inspect your seedlings for any signs of infestation. If you spot any unwanted guests, there are a number of natural and organic pest control methods you can employ. A simple spray of insecticidal soap or neem oil can work wonders. Prevention is always better than cure, so introduce beneficial insects to keep pest populations in check. As our seedlings grow taller and more robust, some might require a little extra support to prevent them from flopping over. A simple stake or support can make all the difference. There are a variety of supports available, from bamboo stakes to plant clips. When inserting a stake into the soil, be careful not to damage the roots. Gently tie the stem to the stake using soft twine or plant ties, allowing for some movement. And finally, my friends, a reminder that gardening, like life, is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires patience, persistence, and a healthy dose of optimism. Not all seeds germinate at the same rate. Some might sprout within days, while others might take their sweet time. Continue to provide your seedlings with the care they need, light, water, and warmth, and they will eventually reward you. Be patient, my friends, and trust in the process. There you have it, folks. Avoid these pitfalls, and you're well on your way to a flourishing garden. Remember, every gardening mistake is a lesson learned. Keep experimenting, keep learning, and most importantly, keep loving your garden. Until next time, happy gardening.